Yo, what is that? What good is Mozart do a bunch of children who can't go out there and get a job?
That's like, or why are they playing sports, right?
Huh?
None of them are going D1. Come on, man. He was wild for that one.
No, you have to have good grades to play sports, not do music.
I mean, if it's choir, I still think you do. It's an
Yeah,
extracurricular
choir.
activity.
Mozart though, black people singing Mozart. Like, I'm gonna bring out of here. Well, playing Mozart. So go ahead,
Playing
you go.
Mozart. Yeah, I was gonna say
My
Mozart
fault. My
wasn't
fault.
singing. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Basically, if you haven't watched this movie yet, you have to be white or young, and
And just to start,
I hate popular shit. That's a remake. It's not. It's not a prequel.
how is it not a prequel? You're in the airplane. That's an action
There
movie.
gotta be some hand-to-hand combat at some point.
That's what love and romantic movies are about. It would be probably in my top 5. Maybe. It's a pretty good list. If anyone's confused, shit out of luck.
Sorry, my Prada's in the cleaners, along with my hoodie and my you flip-flops, you pretentious douchebag.
Welcome back to Pretentious Douchebag Movie Talk, continuing our Black History Month.
You like to smile after that. That's funny as hell.
I know you hate it. All right, so what movie did you have me watch this week, Woso?
Oh yeah. I don't know why y'all shaking in my head, but Lean on Me. Lean on Me. Starring my boy.
Not strong, and I'll be your brother.
Morgan Freeman.
The GOAT.
Morgan Freeman. And basically, if you haven't watched this movie yet, you have to be white or young. Based on a true story, a principal that was sent in to help the students of inner city school get better test scores. And
It was basically the worst rated school in the state.
yes.
And he was a teacher there when it was considered a highly
When it was yes.
sought
And
after
it just
school.
fell down in the dumps.
Yep. So basically he's there to come turn it around and save it, because without certain test score numbers, they were going to, I don't know if they're going to shut it down, but they're going to take it. Well, I think they were going to take it away from the mayor. I think it wasn't actual about the school. That wasn't going anywhere. It was about taking control away from the mayor. That's why it was the mayor's decision to, hey, we got to change this around or else I'm going to stop getting funded for this. It was all very selfish reasons, at least on the white man's part.
That's funny.
Shocking.
Because if that's true, because I gotta watch the movie again because I didn't see that kind of thing in the movie. Because you get blinded by all the other stuff that he does that I don't recognize that part because he is doing it for the mayor.
Yep,
he is.
Okay, you said Morgan Freeman. That's how we're starting this. What a powerhouse presence and performance.
Yes, sir.
Like every time he's on the screen, it's not always great, but it is. You get sucked in, you get pulled in, you don't want him to stop talking. It is crazy. I know him as like the elder statesman, like the black man that from Shawshank, or that talks over movies, with his voice on even like the nature shows, right? Like it's the soft tone, but like he's powerful. He is on cocaine in this one.
I ain't gonna let you do that to my man.
I'm just saying he's got energy out his ass. He really wants to change the kids and the school. And I'm just saying every scene he brings it. And it keeps the movie extremely entertaining and watchable. And his character, like I was nervous that this was going to be kind of a cliched movie and a cliched character, where like I've seen some movies, where like the teacher, the principal comes in and tries to change whoever it is. And they all play it the same. They want to be loved by all the kids. They want to, bring everybody together. The first thing he does as principal is says, I want all the kids that are drug dealers, prostitutes, everybody that you think is horrible, I want their names on a list. And then their first assembly, he calls them all up, puts them on stage and says, get the F out of here.
And since none of them could graduate anyway, you are all expurgated. You are dismissed. You are out of here forever.
I'm like, okay, this movie's different. I'm in. This is awesome.
No, nah.
He just throws
No.
high school. He just threw middle school kids out of school, like onto the street.
Wasn't it? It was high school, wasn't it? That's
Was
high
it
school.
high school? Okay,
Yeah,
high school.
that's the high. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
East
you're right,
Side
because
High.
you're talking about freshmen.
high.
Yeah, yeah. He said, "Go to the streets. You're gonna affect my job. Get out of here. I'm
Yep.
not dealing with you."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
No, bro. I wanted him. Once I watched this movie, I wanted him as a principal. Because I wish they did that to marshals. All the drug dealers and get them all out. I would have been better off in life.
Less distractions.
Way less.
Just a crazy scene. I mean, then he fires the music teacher over basically nothing. Like, it's just an argument.
No, not over nothing. But what my boy said, hold on, I got a line in here about Mozart's. What Mozart's gonna do to these kids after school?
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with extracurricular activities, and singing is a good one, man. Choir.
Yo, what is that? What good does Mozart do a bunch of children who can't go out there and get a job?
That's like, or why are they playing sports, right?
Huh?
None of them are going D1. Come on, man. He was wild for that one.
No, you have to have good grades to play sports, not do music.
I mean, if it's choir, I still think you do. It's an extracurricular
choir.
activity.
Mozart, though, black people singing Mozart. Like, I'm gonna bring it out of here. Well, playing Mozart. So go ahead.
Playing
you go.
Mozart. Yeah, I was gonna say
My
Mozart
fault,
wasn't
my fault.
singing. No, you're good. You're good. Like I said, he was not cliched. Like I think purposely he did some stuff that was wrong. Like they had people fighting over it. They had the assistant principal call it out. Like that was one of the best scenes when them two were in the hallway screaming at each other.
Yeah.
Because she saw it as a different way of what he was doing. Like she knew what he was trying to do, but he just thought he could do it a better way, and it kind of reeled him in for the ending of the movie. So, but you know, I like that he wasn't a perfect character. At least I don't think he was, but I'm okay with that. He fired a couple teachers, and it just seemed like he had such a short fuse. Like, man, you moved while they were singing the national anthem.
Oh, get out. Go to my
get
office.
out,
He
get
told
out.
him in the cafeteria, go to my
Yeah.
office because he picked
Yep.
up a piece of tissue.
Because he picked up a piece of tissue. And
But
then
the thing is, I understand him in certain parts. Bro, y'all all are the reason why this school is like this. Y'all here. Y'all
So
don't care about these kids as much as I do. And like since this been going on like this, I'm changing it.
So that was an uncomfortable scene to watch with my wife, who is a teacher, because he basically got all the teachers in the room and then moved, I think, like 20% of them to one side. And he basically said, "You're the reason these kids are effed up. You're the reason they have low test scores." He basically just put it all on the teachers, which is not very highly thought of nowadays.
No. But he did put see, this is how you handle it. He put it on the teachers to the teachers, and then that parent meeting.
Yes,
he went off on them.
Right.
He gave them their blame.
So when I started writing down a couple things I didn't like about the movie, that scene, it started off really well, especially with the main parent that he really gets into it with her. But he basically just becomes a preacher at some point, and it was losing me. Like he's walking up and down the aisle. I didn't understand the parents were like cheering him, even though supposedly those parents were the ones of the kids that got kicked out. So why were they cheering him?
Because like you, okay.
Yeah.
I get the dynamic of how I see it. Because like in the hood, that one lady that stood up, it's a bunch of those. My kid is the problem, but I don't want nothing to happen to him. Yeah. And I'm not giving them no discipline. But then you got other parents whose kids are bad and might be a problem, but they just don't know how to handle them. So they praising that they got somebody that gives a f in the school now. My fault. But they care and they care that it's somebody there that care. That's how I took it.
I thought the preaching start got a little too much for him, and I'm like, reel it back in, because this was still early on the movie. I'm like,
nah, hold on, I got something what he said.
Oh, he said a lot of shit. It just, the preacher voice killed me. It was like, no.
he told her, if you want to help, sit down with your kids and study at night with them.
I'm cool with that. Just don't do it in a preacher voice.
Get their fathers off of welfare.
And then we have the corny montage. I don't know where this came from. With Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, with the music to start that, which I think I remember when we did that song, you said that's how I know that song.
Yeah, I knew it from a movie.
Yeah, and it worked, man. Like, they really show the dysfunction and violence in that. I mean, they beat that teacher almost half to death. All while Guns N' Roses are blasting guitar riffs.
That's the perfect song for violence, bro. I'm sorry.
But when they got the montage, man, it just, I feel like it has this tone to it. And then the montage, which again was a staple around that time. He called it the Rocky montage, but the music to me just did not fit. It was too corny.
I'm with you.
And then, all right, we got to talk about the title. How did they come up with the title? Did they do that scene? They thought of the song, and then they're going to go, we're going to call it Lean On Me? Or they call it Lean On Me, and we're going to go, all right, we got to play this song at some point at the assembly. And the whole crowd is singing. What happened?
You funny. I'm guessing the title first. It's because I get the what it's saying is like basically the point of the whole movie is y'all all can lean on me. I'm gonna take the bruises. No matter how hard I am to y'all, everything gonna fall on me, and I'm gonna take every bullet. So y'all can lean on me.
I mean, he was locking up the school with
just to keep the drug dealers out, though.
It's one of those damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Damn if you don't.
That's
worked. How he felt about it.
But damn, is that illegal and dangerous though? Because
here you go with this illegal and dangerous thing.
Bro, if one fire breaks out,
you don't think it's dangerous for them teachers to be in a school with them drug dealers and killers?
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'm just saying. One leads to mass casualties.
Yo, that teacher meeting, you brought up that teacher meeting in the beginning. He was throwing lines at him. When he said discipline is not the enemy of enthusiasm. Yo, come on, bro.
So good. And he's got his main muscle, the Candyman.
Yeah.
Early role for him.
Yeah.
He didn't say shit, but man, he's intimidating.
Get him.
He's intimidating.
Bro.
No, I'm saying I like the song. I'm good with it. It's a great song, and they did a good rendition of it. Went on a little too long. But how do you go from 26% to 76% just because of one speech? Like, he's like, you kids can do it. Like, he gave a great speech, but I'm like, a speech doesn't make me take a test better. Like,
nah, man.
I study?
They did study, and then you sit there. You got to give encouragement. See, you've never seen so many underprivileged kids that don't think they could do anything in life, bro. Because when you sit there and made all the white kids stand up, yo.
I'm saying I could have gotten the greatest speech of my life before my chemistry test, and yeah, I wasn't gonna just magically do well on that thing.
You funny as hell, but that's because you didn't study right. But you study right, and then you had and everybody behind you and backing you. It means something.
But I feel like they didn't do a good enough job of showing the kids studying, because that was part of the fight between him and the assistant principal. Is that she was trying to explain, like, these kids need to learn the stuff. Like, using your tactics are not going to make these kids do better on the test.
They did a little montage of them. That's it. They did a little montage of them, like, writing and like studying and everything, like how you said, like a little quick breeze through.
All right, so you mentioned some favorite lines.
Oh man.
And we'll start off with this one. It's not my favorite, but you already brought it up. And it's an acronym. HNIC.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And that's me. The HNIC. No, the funniest thing is when he walk out, he don't explain it, and then you know it's the one white guy. What's HNIC?
That was me. I'm like, huh? What does that mean? And Boso, what does it mean?
Head nigga in charge. And it was fire how old boy used it back on him. He said, contrary to popular.
Yep. Thank you. Yep. That you're jumping ahead. Because it does come back when him and the guy who actually hired him. Yeah, they really got into it. I don't remember what it was about, but yeah, he said, contrary to belief, I'm the HNIC. And
Come to
it's
son to eat.
right. And then it stops because like that's the first time Morgan Freeman kind of went silence. Like he was speechless. And what do guys do after a fight? Let's go get some food.
Yeah, real tough love.
Oh, after he gets in that fight with the student that snuck in and he beats him up and takes the knife from him and he goes, "Get this disgrace to his race out of here." Oh man. It's so good. This is at the end there. I mean, it's kind of jumping towards the end, but it's not the best one, so I gotta say it now. When he says, "On behalf of the students of East Side High, you can tell the state to go to hell." Like it was just such a. It was kind of the final thing, and it's just a great line to kind of
Yeah,
double
was a
middle
good one.
fingers, man. After they found out that they passed the
yeah.
test.
I like you saying the auditorium speech, bro. But when he made the white kid stand up, when he said, "You ain't not a bunch of niggers, spicks, and dirty white kids," and then he said, "All my white kids stand up. All my white students stand up." He said, "They here with y'all. They got nowhere to go because if they can leave, they would not be here."
Can I sit back down?
Yo, that was funny as hell.
It was like, oh man, they look so awkward because they really didn't. Before that, they didn't really talk about the white people in that school. They didn't really.
You've seen them, though.
No, I know, but they didn't openly talk about like the separation of them or anything. It was like, oh, there's a lot more in there than I thought. All right.
Yeah, when they stood up, you was like, "Damn, they got more than I had in my high school."
Where they been? Oh, they're in the AP class.
No, you. You. And they didn't walk the halls either, nigga.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. Oh,
Man, the AP classes is crazy.
All right, two more lines. This was about the fire chief when they don't show the scene, but when the fire chief apparently showed up and basically didn't let him in, that they kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You know what he's saying right now?" Talking about the fire chief. "Black bastard can't throw me out." You know where he's saying it? Out in the parking lot. But my favorite, and even the one that made my wife laugh out loud, was when he's in jail at the end and the mayor comes in and they start discussing some stuff. And the mayor goes, "We're in a tough spot here. I have to ask your help, Joe. It's not for me. It's for those kids out there. They're highly emotional. They're all jacked up. You have to send them home." And Morgan Freeman goes,
I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die.
That's our.
I fell out of my chair. I could not stop laughing. I had to rewind. I was laughing out loud, slapping my knee, falling out of my chair. That was an amazing line.
You never heard that before?
No.
You never heard, bro? That line is a staple in the black community. When somebody got to do something, like, I don't got to do nothing but stay black and die. Like that, bro. My mind used to say that shit all the time.
And that's a perfect time to pull that out in the movie. That's so good.
Bro, you got to put that out when somebody trying to tell you to do something. You got to go do this. I don't got to do shit. And that's why I enjoy that movie so much, because I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, he was wrong, like in some of the stuff, but his heart was in the right place.
Right.
And,
yeah. He just wanted what's best.
And I don't think he would have ever hurt any of those kids. He was just tough on them.
Mm-hmm.
And just like the girl getting pregnant, that's typical, like shit, like stuff that goes on. The boy being the asshole that he is. Like, and then he got the little boy that he
let him back in. Yep, he let him back in
and cleaned him up.
Yep.
When he did that junk in front of him in front of the lunchroom, that was the one.
Yeah.
He said, you come dressed like a slob. You look in the mirror, and you wake up, look in the mirror, and you dress like this. Go change.
He took his head off one point. Said, "Put stuff in your brain, not on it, or in your head. In your head. Put stuff in your head, not on it." Like, yeah. So, overall, Lean on Me. Good movie. Good movie. What do I give it? Out of 5 stars? I think I'd just go under 4, maybe 3.5. I don't know if I can do great because I think it's still just a mostly Morgan Freeman vehicle. Like there's a lot of other acting, a lot of directional choices. I'm like, yeah. But again, I was never bored with it. I was laughing. I was. It's an entertaining movie.
The funny thing it is like Morgan Freeman carries the whole movie, like from beginning to end. And
Just
it's like,
has to. Like
perfect.
what scene is he not in?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's like Castaway with Tom Hanks, but Tom Hanks is the only movie or actor in there. You can't do a scene without Morgan Freeman. And I also shout out to when he was dressed like a straight hippie in the beginning.
yeah, in the beginning.
With the hair and everything. That was awesome. Standing on the desk. That was funny.
Nah. How about where he was all happy after he get when they got changed the song when he caught the boys in the bathroom singing? And he walked in the hallway and he happy as hell. The teacher he don't like, he slaps up. The dude look like, what the hell is going on? He on crack.
Oh, so he was on crack. Thank you. Okay, so watching Lean On Me has inspired a top 5. I'm going to do the top 5 Morgan Freeman movies of all time.
Yes,
now, it's hard to really... I kind of did a 50-50. I didn't just do movies. I didn't just do performances. I kind of combined them. So it's definitely open for interpretation. All right, let's do OLI first. Outside looking in. Deep Impact. He was the first black president. Shout out to him. Again, small role, but owns it. Of course, he was the president. The way he talks, his mannerisms, killed it. Also, $1 Million Baby. I don't know if you ever seen that. He won an Oscar for...
He won an Oscar for supporting role.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, there's no scene that really jumps out, but anytime him and Clint Eastwood are together, they bring the house down.
Mm-hmm.
And got to put it in there. Like I said, it won an Oscar.
Right.
It was tough, man. He's in a lot of great movies, but some of them he's just in it for
role player.
20 minutes. But sometimes that role player is so good that it still gets into my top 5. Like at number 5, The Dark Knight.
I knew he was gonna say that.
It was actually a toss-up between that and Batman Begins, because I actually think he's really good in Batman Begins. Like introducing the character and everything. He's in it a little more. But the bribe speech in The Dark Knight is an all-timer. Wayne's, his accountant, basically figures out that he's Batman without proof, but has enough proof. And the way Morgan Freeman talks him off a ledge by saying, so you think your $1 billion client is chasing on rooftops, driving through the city, and your idea is to bribe the man? Good luck. I mean, it's just all time. It's such a great scene.
Word, bro. And the dog scene. He was like, you got enough for dogs? It's not 2 hours.
No, man, you got to get the line right. Come on.
What he said?
I'm going to let you do it again.
I thought it was 2 hours.
No, he says cats.
Oh, and that set up's Catwoman. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm done. I'm not good with my lines tonight.
Like, damn, good call. And then you said Chihuahua. What's going on? A short. Number 4, Wanted. Great movie on its own. Underrated still somehow. Maybe because it didn't have sequels, so like people kind of forget about it.
I don't understand how Wanted is not bigger than what Wanted is. Fire, bro.
It's like it was. It just has not had this like second life at all. I used to see it on TV once in a while, but I feel like it has not caught the next generation of action fans.
Yeah.
And it's got curving bullets and Angelina Jolie. Maybe it's because of the main actor.
He is trash.
Our boy from...
Well, he's not trash in that movie. It's just that his face is ugly.
Yeah, he's not a sex symbol.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's a good actor, but it's like... I think, there could have been a better action.
If he was prettier, that would have got a part 2.
Yeah, I think maybe because they're trying to show that you don't have to be some, Stallone action hero where, like, you're 300 pounds jacked to be, to curve a bullet. Like,
but he wasn't a person to root for at the end of the movie. It was like,
really. Yeah, right. But again, this is Morgan Freeman's list, and anytime Morgan Freeman's can go,
shoot this motherfucker.
I will never forget being in the theater when that line happened.
You
the
had to
whole
bust out laughing.
crowd erupted because it's supposed to be a tense scene. And Morgan Freeman, of all people, yelling that all time.
And how he said it.
Oh, man. Number 3, Bruce Almighty. He played a black god. Talk about controversial.
God is black.
Oh, my very, very religious conservative grandmother. I remember some talks at the house when that movie was coming out. There's really a black guy playing God, and he killed it. He killed it. Like talk about that's when you talk about the voice and the mannerisms. Of course, it
He's
was
a
Morgan
perfect
Freeman.
God too.
Who, president? This dude can do everything. Come on.
I was always thinking like Bruce Almighty is fired because of Jim Carrey, but I think if they would have messed God up, it would have messed the movie up.
Yep, you gotta have that secondary character
Mm-hmm.
where he just comes in 3-4 scenes and kills it.
And God being black is the joke. That's
What do you
why
mean?
you watch the movie again. That's the joke.
Right?
God's black.
Is that why he doesn't answer our prayers?
He too busy getting whipped by the white gods. What the f- are you talking about?
All worth it. Number 2, 7. Now, 1 and 2 are toss-ups, and I think there's a clear distinction between the two. It just depends what I've watched recently, what I'm in the mood for.
Oh,
Because
so I know what number 1 is.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably pretty obvious, but 7 is. These are 2 of the most rewatchable movies I've ever watched. If they're on TV, I will always watch at least a half an hour. And he's not only like it's argued whether he's the bigger star of both, even with Brad Pitt, young, hot, 6-pack Brad Pitt. Morgan Freeman holds his own as like a little bit of action hero. Like I know he's the elder guy, but he's funny. He's obviously the smarter one. He kind of grounds the movie. But that 7's incredible.
7 is better than your number 1.
Then number 1, shocking, Shawshank Redemption.
I would
but again-
put that as number 2. This is number 2. No, actually,
So-
I'm putting Lean on Me as number 2. I'm sorry, that's my movie, and I'll put Shawshank at 3. But
So I'm with you that 7's a better movie. But if
Mhm.
I'm including the performance, I mean,
Yeah.
he's red,
He's-
man. He's
yeah,
incredible in
he's better.
Shawshank.
Yeah, you're right. He's
Yes.
better in Shawshank, but Shawshank ain't the better movie.
It's the greatest voiceover in the history of movies.
Mm-hmm.
And without the voiceover, that movie's great, but it's not all time memorable. But when you got that voice narrating the movie and being the guy that everyone needs to go to in prison, like it works.
And I think that narration of that movie is what got him the rest of the narration jobs later, because
Right.
that narration does make that it doesn't make the movie. It's important.
It's incredibly important because you need to remember that they're supposed to be in jail for 35 years.
Yeah.
So a lot has to transition from year to year, and it's all his voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's all him.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone loves Goodfellas, and that's Ray Liotta speaking over the whole movie. I hate his voiceover in that movie.
Are you frying?
I think it's terrible. If you're comparing,
you pay me. F you pay me. I like it. I'm sorry. Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies ever. Talk about rewatchable.
it's great, but his voiceover sucks. And Morgan Freeman,
It's because you
shows-
comparing it to Morgan Freeman.
hey man,
Cool. Morgan Freeman might be the greatest one. Yo, Goodfellas is fire, bro. That's one of the most rewatchable movies ever.
but man, when Andy gets free and he's kind of reminiscing about him, and he goes
I guess I just miss my friend.
right in the heart, right in the heart. All right, so we're 2 movies down in Black History Month. What's next week, Swoso?
Yes, sir. We getting him to go watch Baby Boy. Tyrese
Gibson.
There you go. I was gonna say it for you, buddy. You're just a baby boy. You're not the real McCoy. Out here running these streets.
Who sings that?
Tyrese.
Let's keep it that way.
Yo, I like to think I look like Tyrese when he was younger.
Yeah, me and George Clooney were like this. I'm with you. All right, baby boy next week. Stay tuned.
Oh yeah. And this, I don't know. See, it's crazy that Baby Boy fits in this Black History Month one because this is, you know, what's crazy about what I really realized is like the three problems I feel like was wrong with Black people. Not wrong with Black people. Three problems in the Black community is these three movies. Slavery is the first one. I'm not slavery. Racism.
Racism.
Second one you just watched is academic schooling.
Yep.
And then Baby Boy's maturity and why these dudes like is a man that's facing maturity problems. And it's a lot of dudes like him, bitch ass niggas. Because that's what he is in that movie, bro. A flame. Boy, I love it. I love that movie.
Damn.
Your boy Vin Rhames in there.
I know. I saw. I know. I saw. He's on.
Oh,
the poster.
I can't wait until you get to the one scene with Vin Rhames. I can't wait. You gonna talk about it. You gonna say, "Holy shit!" You gonna see it, and I'm not spoiling this one for you. I'm sorry. That is funny, bro.
Let's go. All right.